Hi, this is Dr. Otto Janke for the Empire Longevity Insiders Facebook Live. Longevity Live. A short time ago, I actually posted an article that came from the Wall Street Journal. It asked a question that we all think about, but really don't dive into often. Is that at what age do we actually start to slow down? And it's common for people to start talking about the age in which we physically slow down. Many times you've heard me say that, I'm not going to run the 100-yard dash in 10 seconds anymore, metaphorically, but I am still going to run the 100-yard dash. I went to a concert a short time ago, and I've been to a number of concerts in the last couple of weeks, celebrating my wife's birthday. And the one we love the most happened to be at 3:30 in the afternoon. Like, I think you talk to people over a certain age, like 3:30 in the afternoon, that's a great time for a concert. It was outdoors. It was great. It was fantastic. So there might come a time in my life when I physically am no longer going to be benching 200 pounds, 250, whatever it is. That's okay with me, as long as I still get to the gym and I work out. We often are talked about and told that we are slowing down physically. There's a couple aspects, though, that rarely are ever brought up, and that is the mental, emotional aspects of slowing down. There is obvious cognitive decline that goes along with age. I get that. But if we were to take that out of the small fraction of Americans who actually have diagnosed Alzheimer's, although it's around we see it all over the place, it's actually a small fraction of Americans who do. If we take that out, do I actually slow down cognitively? Am I less smart in my 60s than I was in my 20s? I can't find the article that I read, but the article brought up that same question. And the question was, if we had a senior, myself, a 60-year-old, I'm a senior, 60-year-old in a college class, would I learn slower and would I have a lower, for instance, GPA? And what they found was it did take seniors longer to do tests. And they ask a simple question: why is that? And they found that the construction of answering the questions took longer instead of just rote memory. The ability to decipher conclusions, decipher answers was greater in the seniors. And they also had, a bigger library in their head of experiences to go through to find the answers. So while the younger students in their 20s and teens work off of rote memory, the older students, myself, did it by deduction and learning, a different method. They didn't score lower. It wasn't as if the seniors were dramatically lower in their scores. That didn't happen. Here's the other thing that is never talked about, but we need to bring it up here: the ability to handle stresses. So let's be real straight about this. We've had more shit happen in our life, and therefore we're able to handle more shit in our life. Something comes along, our whole world the whole apple cart isn't tipped over because something happens, because we've handled other stresses in the past. Rarely is this ever talked about. We're always talked about how you're physically not run the 100-yard dash anymore. Well, ask me how I feel about that. I'm going to tell you, it freaking happens. Let's go. the ability to handle stresses and then be able to get back up again and go. We aren't as devastated as we were when we were younger, when smaller things, the making mountains out of the proverbial molehills. Now it's, let's drive over them. Let's drive over them. Rarely is it ever talked about how we, as we reach our years in longevity, are able to sustain better. We're able to have better conversations with people. Our relationships get deeper. Our connections with people are deeper. Here's the other thing. We're able to disconnect from people easier because those relationships no longer serve us. Rarely is that stuff talked about. We are told physically that we are decaying. Once again, I may not run the 100-yard dash in 10 seconds anymore, but I'm still going to run the 100-yard dash. I'm still going to concerts. I'm going to more concerts this year than I have been in years. We need to start taking back our strengths. Let's wave the flags for what we do and how well we do them. If we look at the amount of millionaires that happen, they don't happen in their 20s and 30s. Not like they do in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And that's the reality. And so we need to actually stand strong and realize that our physical capabilities, we need to help them. You and I need to work on our own capabilities, because other parts of the picture of our longevity are in full color, are in full technicolor. And we rarely talk about those things. We need to much, much more. We've all been through a lot. You made it this far, man. You got a couple more decades to go. Congratulations. Congratulations. We got more to do. Revel in the great things you do. Revel in the great things you've done. There's more to come. I look forward to helping you along the way. I'm Dr. Otto Janke. You have a great day.